You let someone implant a microchip into your hand if you would receive $2,000 a month in return for getting a chip put in your hand. You heard me right. We'll give you universal basic income, basically. 2,000 euros, $2,000 a month if you allow us to put a microchip in your hand. That's exactly what's about to happen as part of the rollout of the central bank digital currencies. It's a carrot for them to rope you into this mess. We'll get to that part of the story in a minute, the chip implantation process, not the corn chip, as Dan said in our chat, but a actual metallic tracking chip. But a new report just published this week by the Bank for International Settlements explains how our new digital money system is about to work. We've been warning you that this was coming for a long time on this show. Also, we weren't the only ones predicting this. It was predicted in a little book, you might have heard of it, called The Bible, The Mark of the Beast. For one thing, this is how this new system would operate. According to them, the Bank for International Settlements, the new reserve currency, forget the dollar as you know it, basically. This will be the new reserve currency, which is how they want to label it and how they are labeling it. This would be used to settle all transactions. As everyone moves away from the US dollar right now, this seems like perfect timing to be moving to this new system.
Is to create a one-world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money.
Shalom. First off, we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Yahweh being the Trinity of Heavenly Father, Yahushai being named for his only begotten Son, who the Lord ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, that taught us truth and will well. And salutations to you, hopeful elect person is truth, and all honesty and sincerity. This is Brother Yawasop. Going to another lesson to the spirit power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And you've seen that last video that came up, showing you the future of your money that you're using. And here's another part of the future, of the technology that you're using. It's a quote by Elon Musk, posted by TechDad. It says, "There will be no phones in the future. Only Neuralink will exist." Elon Musk. So you have a couple devices. One that's going to be used for money that they intend on placing in people's hands. Another device that goes into your head. They're calling it the Neuralink. Same technology basically, but this one is computer to brain interface, and can be used wirelessly. So your phones are computers too, man. And the reason why you won't have any phones anymore, you won't have to, hold something in your hand to speak to. All the tech will be in the Neuralink, and you can have mind-to-mind communication, video chat. You can transfer memories, thoughts, dreams, instantly download languages, download a martial art, download a training for a specific position, a job, for work. With your thoughts, search Google and the internet, order things, have things delivered, etc., man. This is the current future that we're basically gonna see in this generation and living in. And like the guy mentioned in that video, he said there was a little book that talked about it. Well, we're gonna open that little book. The prophecy of the MLTB, the mark of the you know what. Okay, this is real, man. Folks, we're going to experience this. We're living in these times. Okay, and a lot of people, millions of people, will be deceived or not have enough faith, and they're going to fold and go put both of these devices in their bodies. And that's the greatest mistake you can make. Okay. All right, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 13. I'll start at verse 13. It says, "And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men." And that's talking about, these weapons of mass destruction that Esau Edom has built. Thermonuclear missiles, tomahawk missiles, weapons, bombs, fire come down from heaven. They also have ability to use lasers. Certain airplanes have direct energy weapons that are be causing certain fires and burning up things. Another weapon, fire come down from heaven, man. Okay? So that puts the fear in people. People fear those weapons. And therefore they fear their military and their governments. And they do what they say do. Okay? Verse 14 says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had the power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had a wound by a sword and did live. Okay, so deceiveth them with those miracles. That Neuralink has the ability to make people that are paralyzed to be able to walk again. That Neuralink also has been, they're working on it to be able to have people that are blind to be able to see again. Putting different devices and attached to the retinas and the eyeballs into the brain, reconnected with wires into the computer device. They can see again, walk again, speak again. Okay. Once you're told something that cannot be, just permanently disabling and can never be healed, and then all of a sudden they invent a device, people associate that with a miracle. You have a soldier that get his limbs blown off, and then they're able to make robotic limbs and then attach those limbs to the body and then put a device into the brain that connects to those robotic devices to where they can almost even feel again and move those robotic fingers. They're going to look at that as a miracle. Okay? To have the power to do in the sight of the beast. And what is the beast? The beast represents the actual government system. Okay? The Illuminati, the elites. That rule the UK, which the people that own all these places are the central bankers, the owners of the central bankers, which the head tribe of Esau, Amalek, and they identify themselves as the Jewish. Okay, those are the ones that own the banks. Amalekites, those are Edomites. Okay, this is saying to them that dwell on earth that they should make an image to the beast. The image, basically translate that down from the original word, goes into worship the government or bow down to the government, is what this is saying. Which had a wound by a sword and did live. This is talking about the government that has came back, basically reincarnated, because the Roman Empire fell, okay, and then it rose again in the form of America, the Greco-Roman Empire. Okay, it had a wound by a sword, by war, took that empire out, but it's back. It still lives today. And you look at the politics of the U.S., it's exactly identical to the Roman politics, democracy and things like that. And that same form of government is spreading to all these other countries. So they have made an image to the beast. Okay? And he says he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So if this, just broke that down, okay? Have power to give life unto the image of the beast. Give life unto the believing in and worshiping the government. People are going to be in fear and do everything they say do. And when it comes to controlling the money to be able to buy food in homes or apartments, they're going to bow down and try to take that device. Okay? It says, in cause of many would not worship the image beast should be killed. So if you don't do, this government says do, which is going to take that device that goes into the hand and the head, you're going to have a death penalty that's going to be implemented. You're going to be considered an enemy of the state, an insider threat. They're going to use different means of justification to come up with these type of laws. They call them draconian laws, which is extremely harsh, cruel laws. And one of the means they're going to use is the same fear tactic that they used during the pandemic. Okay, they're going to need to identify those that could be potentially contract some type of illness. So they're going to say, hey, look, we need to know who has this illness, who doesn't, who is drinking the juice, you know, the max, you know, thing, the max thing, I'm going to call it, the preventative measure. We need to know who's done it and who hasn't. And if anyone didn't comply, they're a threat, you know, they're an insider. Like I said, they're going to label you as an enemy of the state. And the penalty is going to be death. All right. Verse 16 says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma. That's what that word there is, M-A-R-K. But it's translated from, this part of the scriptures is translated from the Greek language. And that word there is charagma. Okay. Which, you look up the definition of charagma. It goes into a brand. And you translate it further, it goes into an incision underneath the skin. Okay. And also it can be translated form of a bite of a snake. And why is it called a bite of a snake? Well, the anatomy of the anatomy of a snake's tooth is identical to a hypodermic needle. So it's a device that goes underneath the skin that it basically is going to inject venom. And that venom is that C-hip that the guy mentioned in the video. Okay. So it says where they're going to administer it, who they're going to administer it to. And it says everybody, whether you're in jail or you're not in jail, free and bond, rich and poor. So it doesn't matter if you're on Section 8, on food stamps, you're going to get this thing. Or they're going to try to force you to get it. Small and great. So you got celebrities or your average citizens, or politicians versus your average citizens. Okay, free and bond, to receive it in their right hand or in their foreheads. And what is that? It's this right here. See in the right hand? You can have a right or a left hand. You still got it. It's the same thing. You see, this is the device. It's the one that's going to go in the hand. Okay. This is the one right now that Elon Musk made that quote after. This is the one that goes in the head, what the Bible refers to as the forehead. There are many versions of this. You have Neuralink, that's just one company. There are dozens of companies that are improving on this technology, or it's going to be even smaller than this. This is just Elon Musk's tech, you know. But so this is probably going to be, a lot of them are going to look like this. People are going to flock to it because, you know, the owner of Tesla has a reputable business and has a lot of money backing himself to be able to come up with things. But hey, look, this is the one that goes in the head, the forehead. You got this guy, he's part of the human trials, paraplegic, and he's been completely controlling his computer, playing a game, all sorts of shit from this device that he had implanted. There's a movie that's on Netflix right now. They just re-released the C. And what a coincidence is coming back out during all this stuff is happening. It's called Upgrade. Go watch that movie. You're about to see the technological advancements that they're going to be advertising in that movie. The military applications. And why this thing is going to spread like wildfire very, very rapidly. Okay? So we know what part of the body is administered, who's it going to attempt to administer to. Okay? This is in the hand or in the forehead. Verse 17 says, this is part of the capabilities that we said in the video. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. There you have it, man. Okay? So you have to be branded by this system. You have to represent the government system, and they're going to brand you people like cattle. It says, here is wisdom, let him have understanding. Count the number of the beast, for the number of a man, and his number is 666. Which that goes into Chi-Psi Stigma, which is still talking about the government system and also the actual device itself. That Chi-Psi Stigma gives them more specifically about how it's a stake called a pale or stake that goes under, surgically underneath the skin, okay, to brand. So, hey, we're here, man. We're living in this prophecy. These are end times. Here's the judgment if you go take it. It's warning, warning. Revelation 14, in verse 9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up for ever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So the judgment is, you will burn with fire. And this future fire, that fire and brimstone, was talking about thermonuclear destruction in World War III. You will burn of those missiles, and you won't have a quick death. Because it says torment. When you torment somebody, they don't just die instantly. They have to suffer. So you're going to get burned. You might be far enough from the blast radius to where you don't die instantly. You just suffer from radiation sickness and poisoning. You know? Multiple degrees of burns all over your body. Suffer with cancer. All sorts of things, man. And the smoke of the torment set it up forever and ever. So the smoke of this place burning, this place is going to burn for a very, very long time. And the torment of all those people that got burned up is going to be going up in the sky, where all the rest of these nations are going to see that cloud of smoke going up into the sky for a long period of time. As an example for the world of what not to do, how not to live. So don't take it. It is not worth it. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, man. Lean not into your own understanding. Trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. And be willing to accept death instead of taking it. You know. Be a faithful martyr for the Lord. Let him be your defense. So with that, the Lord's will, sustenance, edify. I'm going to close out. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, taught the truth of will, and citation to you, hopeful that person is truth and honest sincerity. Shalom.